Okay, whoa. Tribu Malinalco, Casa de Cultura Alternativa y Hostal. Yes, let's go check this out. Whoa. Wow, this looks like some sort of gate or portal to like some magical wonderland. Does this open? Buenas. Buenos dias. Somebody here? Oh,
Yeah.
hey man. Is this a hostel here? Hotel?
Yeah, welcome. You speak English?
Yes. Yes.
All right, bienvenido.
Gracias. I noticed a
Bienvenido
sign
a
up there.
Tribu.
It says Tribu.
Yeah, Tribu means tribe.
It means tribe.
That's
Wow.
what we're building here. It's kind of like a community that we're starting, and we have a hostel, which
Okay.
you're welcome to come stay at, man.
All right. I already have my shirt off. I'm ready for it.
Yeah, man.
Let's go.
You can wear a shirt, no shirt, as long as you have long hair. That's cool, man.
I got long hair. We're good to go.
I'm Aaron.
Aaron, Phil, Felipe.
Welcome to Tribu, man.
Thank you, man. Thank you.
Welcome to the tribe. We always say that the tribe isn't like we are the tribe and everyone else isn't the tribe. The way that we understand it here is like Tribu is everybody. We're all the tribe. And the ones of us who live here and work here, we're guardians. You know? So we have a responsibility to take care of this place so that the tribe can come and they can find something that's working, that's well, the gardens that have food in them. So
Wow.
I'm excited to show you around.
Okay, let's go check it out. Wow.
Down there we've got the basketball court, soccer court. We
Wow,
also
so that's
do
a full
events there.
event. What kind of events?
Sometimes like dances, ecstatic dance, or
Really?
cacao ceremony, yoga.
Cacao ceremonies. Wow. I've actually I read that on Google.
Yeah.
That people still do cacao ceremonies. Wow.
Yeah, we have a website you can check out that talks a little bit about what we're doing here and shows some pictures and stuff, but I'd love to walk you around. So this is like a jungle, man.
It is like a
is-
jungle. It's like when I come here, it feels like a magical jungle place. It's
Definitely magical.
It's like a hidden place inside the city of Malinalco.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, you walk in here and it's like walking through a portal.
Exactly. I just said that when I was walking down
Yeah?
there. Yeah. When you walk in through that black door, it's like you're entering Narnia or something.
Yeah, so look at this. We're just covered in fruit trees. Most of these
Wow.
are old growth fruit trees.
Oh,
Those
really?
are ciruelas. They're not ripe yet, but they're all coming in, the fruits.
So these have been here for already many years.
Yeah, I don't know, I would say at least 20, 30 years.
20, 30
these
years.
trees. Yeah, this used to be an avocado orchard.
Oh,
actually,
really?
Before.
Like an avocado farm.
Yeah.
Is
But
there still avocado?
Most of those avocado trees have died off. I think it was just like a monoculture, and it
Okay.
didn't last. There's a certain plague here that gets the avocado trees.
Okay.
So yeah, there are still some, not most of them, but yeah, there's
Wow.
a lot of fruit production here, and it's kind of cool because during different times of the year, there's almost always some fruit that's
Some sort
in
of fruit.
season right now. Like right now we have guayabas, we have guayaba pomarosa, which are those hollow ones that smell like rose. They smell
Okay.
very perfumed. We've got zapote blancos that are ripe. We've got papayas. So yeah, there's like at every time of year there's something ripe going on.
Cool. Cool.
Something cool to
Very
eat.
cool.
So yeah,
I
here's this-
absolutely love this place. It's like my dream home.
Thanks, man. Yeah, it's been a lot of work. a lot
What's
of love.
the dome down there? What's that for?
Yeah, well, we have two geodesic domes that we're just building right now. The idea with these is to be able to have lodging for people who want to be part of the community, like more long term,
Okay.
like at minimum of 3 months, so they can, pay a rent to be there and live there, but also have roles within Tribu
Okay,
and
cool.
be part of the community.
Wow,
Want to go
so-
check them out?
Yeah, let's go check him out. So it's kind of like a long-term stay place.
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah, so over there is the house, the hostel, and there we've got dorms and we have private rooms.
Okay.
And so, people could long-term stay as well, but that's generally more like a tourist accommodations.
The dorm rooms are $250, but I don't know how much the private rooms are. I think 600 or 500, something like that. So here, let's start in here. So here is the living room slash hangout room. There's couches here. There's a TV. There's a fireplace. I don't know if it works. Oh yes, it definitely works. Wow, they have so much cool knickknacks here. I wonder if this is wow. I wonder if this is original or no, it's probably just market made antique. Wow, let's check out the bathroom here. Wow, this is a pretty cool bathroom. So they have a toilet, a nice big sink here, a mirror with a light. Wow. Shower as well. The shower looks like it's working. Wow, they even have soap for you here. Nice big mirror, toilet paper. Wow, that's nice. So this place has 2 bathrooms, one down here and then one upstairs. Like I said before, there's a ping pong table here. There's a private room right here. They have plants inside here. Wow, so cool. A nice big living room here. Nice big dining room. So I remember here in Tribu, if I remember correctly, what he was telling me yesterday, that when you stay here, tea and coffee is included in your accommodation price. There's Wi-Fi included as well, and water too. You're allowed to drink some of this water here. And if you have any like fruits or vegetables with you, or food that you bought from the market and you use for cooking, you can put it here on the shelf. There's, what's this day here? Cups and mugs. Oh, okay, so there's cups and mugs here. Plates and bowls, cutlery. Wow, a whole bunch of stuff here. Cool. What's this here? Taxco de Autoservicio. Okay, so it looks like these things here are for sale. Oh yeah, they are for sale. $3.50, 40 pesos. And then it looks like you write your name down here and what you bought. Wow, they sell toothpaste, toothbrushes, soap. Wow, this is a fully fledged hotel here. Wow. Deodorant too? Man, that got you all hooked up here. You come here. I'm not sure what that is. Maybe cream or something? Oh, there's cream here. Cool, cool. Oh, it looks like they sell eggs here too. But there's no eggs right now. Wow, okay. Let's see what they have here in the kitchen. Spice and condiments? Wow, don't tell me we can use spice and condiments. Really? Oh, so if you come here to cook, they offer you spice and condiments. That's pretty cool. Wow, so here's the stove. They have oil here, coffee, salt, sugar, seasoning. It looks like somebody already made coffee. They have a blender here you can use, a juicer as well. Spoons, cooking spoons, cutting boards. Wow. Sink. Man, this place is awesome. That's pretty cool. Wow, this place is so cool, man. Look at the view in the background too. There's a whole mountain back there. There's even a place to do your laundry here. If you have a whole bunch of laundry. Some ducks eating grass.
And these domes, we want to have something for people who are interested in staying longer.
Okay.
This is a juice bar that we're building. So we're going to have a place where people can have cold pressed juices. You can get kombucha.
Wow.
You can sit out here, do your home office, get online. This is a little pool right here. Right now is empty, but we fill it up every week. We don't put chemicals in it, so we end up cycling the water out.
Yeah, so you always have to change the water so it doesn't...
Yeah, we actually have a spring. Well, it's not on the property, but it's 200 meters from here. And you'll see the water that flows through. That's where we fill this up, and then we empty this out and we use it to water our forest. We use it to water the gardens.
Wow.
Yeah.
It's like your own little oasis here.
It's beautiful.
Cool,
and this
cool.
is a really cool little feature where you can just come jump in here. We've got the fountain that goes and
You have a
circulates
pump right
the water.
there.
Yeah.
Cool.
Right now, well, it's not running because we're waiting to clean it out so we can fill it up again.
Cool,
But
cool.
yeah, this is a really nice part of Tribu. The kids love it. I have 3 kids, Cosmos, Callian, and Amaya, and so they love growing up here. This is like,
Okay, hopefully
this is a wonderland for them.
It is. It's a wonderland for me too.
All right,
Wow,
yeah,
so this
let's
thing's made
check
of
it out down here.
bamboo. I like bamboo structures. It always feels more natural too.
Yeah, it's a really great building material because it grows very fast. So
Right.
like compared to building with lumber, which we're also using, you know, bamboo is something that grows really quickly and it's very sustainable. It just keeps on coming. You cut bamboos down and right away they're growing right back up. So yeah.
So how long did it take you to make this structure here?
This has been a job that has been done by different people. I think right now it's been like a month since we started laying down these telephone posts as the foundation. So it hasn't been something that we've been doing, you know, in a hurry, but little by little, day by day, someone's been working on it.
Cool.
So right now my job is I'm building the walls and the structure inside for the kitchen, you know.
Wow.
And there's going to be a pizza oven out there eventually where
A
they're
pizza
going to make
oven
some
too?
gluten-free pizzas.
Cool. Like the dome style pizza
Yeah,
oven.
yeah, made
Wow.
of cob. And I guess that's the idea, you know, to have something here that also attracts people like from outside of Tribu to come here, and it'll be something for, you know, you as a guest who's staying here. You can come and get yourself a juice or some sandwich or a salad or a little pizza, you know, something like that.
Cool. Wow.
So this is
Very
that's exciting.
It's very accommodating.
Yeah, honestly, well, I'll show you the house later, but we want it to feel like you're home away from home, you know?
Exactly.
You go and you open up the cabinet there in the kitchen and there's spices, there's, you know, beans and rice and like some basic stuff, oil, so that when you come here, you know, you can go buy your ingredients at the market, the beautiful outdoor market, you know, you've been there.
Yeah.
And you just bring your stuff in and you've got a fully equipped kitchen and already like a lot of ingredients that you need, so you can just make your meal, you know?
Cool. We'll check that out after.
Look at this.
Oh, wow.
honey.
Guayaba pomarosa. Right
Wow.
there, ready for you.
Wow, it does smell.
Look, check it out here up in the tree.
It does smell like roses. Oh, the tree's right here. Wow, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, so these ones, it's not like a regular guava. It's hollow inside.
Okay.
It's got a big seed, but it's crunchy and juicy and sweet.
Does it taste like guava?
Check it out. It's a very different taste than regular
wow.
guava.
It does taste like roses.
I'm not sure what they call this in English, but it's got a name. I think it might be custard apple.
No.
No? I've heard that word, but I don't know what they call this. I
No,
never heard of
this,
it.
this doesn't taste like guava. It tastes like, it literally tastes like roses. Like rose water.
Mm-hmm.
Wow.
And it just grows like wild here, man. There's like 5 or 6 trees.
Cool.
So this is the
Wow.
season to eat these. I love it how nature like prepares the fruits that we need during different times of the year,
Exactly.
depending on the climate, depending on, you know,
How you're
what.
feeling,
Yeah.
time of the season.
Right now it's time to eat these. You don't have to ask why. It's just because they're on the tree. That's what there is. Come on, I'll show you down here.
Okay.
So this is the water that comes by here.
Oh, the stream.
They call these apancle.
Apantle.
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 Yeah, and so it's got that fresh spring water in here.
Wow.
You can even drink this if the women aren't washing.
Oh, you can drink this.
Yeah. Just
So this comes from a spring.
yeah, from a spring called Xochicuala.
So chicuala.
It's just up there past the forest. Just that here in Malinalco, the custom is for the women to take their clothes down and wash their clothes in where the water is born. And so the sad thing about that is that sometimes this water will taste like,
It pollutes the water for other people.
yeah, but that's their culture here. That's just the way they do it. So
Yeah, I've seen that. I've seen women they'll wash their clothes in the stream on rocks.
and they hang out there and they talk together, and that's part of their community, you know.
It's a cultural thing.
But I wish they would use soaps that were biodegradable. And there's actually a plant that they used to use that would grow by the springs, and
Really?
it makes soap. Like it makes suds.
Really?
Yeah,
A
they
plant?
use it for cleaning. I don't know what the name is, but
Wow, I've
That's
never
what
heard
I've
that
been told.
before. Wow.
yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, so there's the first dome that's being completed. So it's made out of wood,
Okay.
but what they recommended us is to cover it with this spray foam, which is, you know, not the most organic material, but it's something that can assure that we're not going to have any leakage inside, which, you know, is really important when you're making something out of wood and you're making a structure, that you're not going to have water leaking through and
Right.
breaking up. If you stand right here in the middle, just standing right here and talk.
Hello. Oh
Hear
wow,
that echo?
It echoes.
Yeah.
Wow. Hello.
Welcome to Tribu!
Welcome to Tribu. This is a cool place. Come here when you come here to Malinalco.
Yeah, for sure. You can't miss it.
Oh yeah, it feels everything. It feels like the sound is bouncing back towards me.
Yeah, that's another beautiful thing about these round structures, you know, it's just the energy flows in here so much more harmoniously than inside of square structures.
That's
So
right.
I still haven't woken up in a round structure yet, but I'm looking forward to it.
Me neither. One day. Maybe it'll be
Yeah.
here.
So you got these nice windows here that
Okay.
let you be part of the outside. You know, imagine this, like you just like right here.
Right here.
So you're in a safe home, but you're right here. This is gonna have glass on the windows.
Glass. Okay.
And you'll open up your door and walk out here to the banana grove. Check out those bananas growing up there.
Oh wow, those are like burrow bananas.
I'm not sure if they call them that.
Like
Here
but
they
they're
call them
smaller, right?
peron.
They're
Mhm.
smaller, right?
Yeah, they're kind of like a triangular shape.
Yeah, like the real bananas.
Yeah, these ones are not genetically modified.
No,
These
no.
are the real thing.
the real stuff.
And here, I don't know if you can see on this tree, this is another fruit that's in season right now.
Oh, what's this called?
It's called zapote blanco.
Zapote blanco.
Yeah, it's almost like an avocado,
Okay.
but it's sweet. And it's just so rich and it's delicious.
Wow.
Maybe later we can find one of those.
Okay, cool.
And yeah,
Oh.
come on down here. We've got this little pathway.
Well, you even have electrical hooked up to these things. I noticed electrical.
Yeah, you know, we wanted to be comfortable and have the basic modern conveniences, but you know, be out here in nature. Like, look at this. You're not in a concrete jungle here. I mean,
No.
there's a little bit of blocks, you know, the concrete holding this thing up, keep the moisture off of it.
Wow.
This is the other one. Check it out.
Whoa, this is so cool. Is this one feels a bit bigger, or is it the same?
No, it's the same size.
Same size. Wow. Well, you have plumbing here, electrical. Cool. I guess there's gonna be a
This one's
sink
got
there.
these 3 big windows open up there. Because this one's underneath the tree, so we need more light coming in.
Ah, I see.
I
No,
mean,
this is
we're in construction right now, but you can just imagine like these big rocks. They're going to be such a nice feature. We'll have plants growing out here, flowers. Just like we just want people who come here to be immersed in nature, to be connected to the medicine of nature.
Wow. Yeah, you'll definitely be fully immersed here in nature when you come here. It's like a hidden paradise here in Malinalco. You would never expect this.
Yeah,
No.
especially walking down that road.
Exactly.
So this is the guardian tree of Tribu.
Wow.
It's an amate.
Hey, it's the first. I never noticed this year.
Yeah, right? Look at it. It's a big old tree.
I like how the stump looks. It looks like it's been here for a long time.
And actually, I think what happened here is that
Sorry, what's this tree called?
amate.
Amate.
Yeah.
Okay.
They're ones that grow often on the edge of cliffs and stuff, and they grow these big roots that just grab onto and get right in between the rocks.
Oh, wow.
But yeah, it looks like this tree
It looks like there's 2 parts of this tree.
ate another tree that used to be here.
Another tree ate the tree that used to be
Like,
here.
yeah, this tree grew up around another tree and ended up killing that other tree and taking over.
Oh wow.
That old
Yeah, that's what it looks
bark
like.
there, that old wood, that's
Mhm.
the old tree. And I don't know what that tree used to be, but
Does this tree grow any fruit, or it's just a tree?
nope, it's just a tree. Grows lots of leaves though, man. Grows lots of leaves though, man. Look at these leaves. Beautiful.
Do you use these leaves for anything?
Well, nature uses these leaves. So one thing that I like telling people, because here in Mexico, the culture is that leaves are garbage.
Okay.
So they say, esa basura, you know, take it, put it together, burn it, or put it in bags, throw it out. You know, there's often that culture too of throwing leaves in plastic bags and throwing them out.
Which to me doesn't make any sense.
Well, because the mycelium, you know, the mushrooms that are underground, they connect everything together. It's the largest living organism on the planet.
Mushrooms.
Mushrooms.
Oh, I didn't know that.
Yeah, and so they're all connected. They're connecting the roots together. They're sharing information between the plants, sharing nutrients. And what the mushrooms need to be able to grow and to live is to have organic material on top of the soil.
Oh,
so in your conventional farming where everything is tilled and it's all just naked earth, there's no mushrooms growing in there.
oh wow, I didn't know that.
And so that's why the best place to grow anything is a forest, because that's where you have the mushrooms growing, because there's leaves covering the ground. Who waters a forest?
Nobody.
Who fertilizes a forest?
Nobody.
It's just nature, you know, nature doing it. So all these leaves, they have a very important role, is that they're covering the ground so that life can continue to develop underground and feed above ground.
Okay.
Yeah, so
Wow.
that's what we use leaves for. Look at them, they're just covering everything here. These are all leaves from this tree.
And it also, I'm assuming it keeps the ground moist.
Yeah, right now is the dry season, but in places where there's leaves, there'll be more moisture in the ground than somewhere where it's just dry.
Okay.
So this is like a little pathway that we've cleared here through the jungle. This is another spot where we're building a cabin.
Okay, cool.
This
Like
one's going to be a square cabin that's like 2 stories
Okay.
with a little loft on top. And it's also going to have just a beautiful view. Imagine you get up in there, your windows facing that way, you got the sunset coming right in. This is going to be a beautiful place.
Is this going to be made out of bamboo or wood?
We're going to do bamboo, and we're going to do like a, what's it called in English? Like wattle and daub kind of thing, like where you weave sticks, and we'll probably use bamboo.
Okay.
And then you cover it with soil.
Okay.
Like with a cob mix.
With like some sort of clay mix.
Yeah.
Wow, okay,
And so
cool.
that's what's going to be the walls of this place.
Cool.
And we lifted it up off the ground because this is the lowest part of the property, so we don't want water to come here and soak into the house, you know. So
Okay. Wow.
let me show you this path. Some animals making a hole here, right in the middle of our path. Thanks a lot, but you know, this is their land too.
Exactly.
This plant, this is the chichicastle, the one.
Chichicastle.
It's like a type of nettle. Not here on top, but underneath, it's got little hairs on.
Oh, I kind of see it.
Yeah, don't touch those. Well, welcome to the jungle.
Welcome to the jungle.
So this is it, man. There's a little pathway
Whoa.
here. You just come in here, just listen for a moment. Just chill.
Wow.
Yeah, there's life here. There's just like a place to come rest,
Relax.
come connect to nature. Actually, Tribu is free of smoke and alcohol. And that's like a social experiment that we're doing to just see like how life can be, how we can feel, how we can relate with each other without looking to, you know, change our consciousness by maybe dumbing ourselves down or numbing ourselves down with alcohol, or trying to like look for something more by getting high.
Stimulation.
You know? Yeah, instead of just being stimulated by those things, we just try and like feel more what the land is giving us, what the guardians of this space are trying to do here, because we're servants, you know, we are at service here for nature, and we are loving the mother.
Mother Nature.
Yeah, like this is our mother, and we've got a job.
Right.
I have a job here, and it's to continue to care for the land. It's to use resources responsibly. It's to give back my waste that I'm not using, as in like food waste, but also my poop, you know, everything that comes out of my body, it doesn't belong to me anymore. It should go back to the mother, just in a responsible way.
Right. Just like other animals in nature.
Yeah, exactly.
They don't use toilets, they go right on the ground.
Yeah, we are other animals.
Exactly.
So check it out, you know, and this place we want to develop a little more, you know, have some little spots where you can come and sit down here on a little table, a little bench.
Yeah, this would be cool. This
invites you to.
This feels like a how do you say it? Like a Like a secluded hangout place.
Yeah, like a little cove or like
Yeah,
a little
cove, that's the word.
little nook, you know, you're just
Yeah,
walking
yeah.
down the path and it'll invite you to just come and want to sit down, and there's no Wi-Fi out here, you know, so you just come sit down here. Maybe you could read a book or just sit down and contemplate, breathe, think, or have a talk with someone else, you know.
Exactly.
That's one beautiful thing about Tribu, is that we're like promoting community. So community is also built by conversations and by these relationships. So that's something that I would encourage you and anybody watching this to just have more conversations with people. And you know, you can talk about the weather and talk about, you know, how your day's been, but you can also talk about things that you want to see in the world, you know, and dreams and things that you don't feel comfortable with, things that you're angry about, things that have hurt you or that you're seeing other people being hurt by. And then in those conversations, you know, something wakes up inside of us, like a desire to serve or to do something. And that's what
Like
I feel
like a revelation.
yeah, like a duty, you know, like your dharma, like what am I here for?
Exactly.
Besides what society, you know, offers me, like, oh, you can have a job, you can study this, you can
Buy a house.
do that, you can buy a house. There's a lot of cool things in society, but like we're more than just people of society, we're people of the planet. And so like, what's my job here on the planet, you know? That's a good question.
It's a more bigger, what's
Yeah.
the word? It's a bigger form of
you know,
thought.
bigger picture.
Bigger picture,
And
exactly.
then within that role that you feel you're responsible for, what you came here to do, you'll fit into society in something, you know?
Exactly.
But like, I think it's important to see it more from take a step back and see a bigger picture, rather than just be like, you know, right here and oh, what am I going to study? Which of these, you know, 12 careers that they offer in this school am I going to study? You know, it's like, that's so limiting. First,
Always think outside the box.
yeah, man. First, find yourself, you know, find your essence, find what you love, find what you hate, and do something about it, you know. And then that's going to lead us to finding a role within the community or on the planet that we feel called to, that we feel like inspired about, so we don't have to get home after work and distract ourselves with, you know, binge eating or drinking or watching a bunch of series on Netflix because we don't feel called to anything.
And that's
you know?
what most people do every day.
Well, not here.
Not here.
So yeah, this is just like a labor of love, man. We're doing a little bit at a time, you know, building these little pathways here. There's a lot of work to do when you're working on the land. It just like never ends, but it's so satisfying to see these things coming together. Like, for example, this area here, this is our garden. One of the gardens that we have that we're developing. So we've gardened here for a few years already, growing, you know, mainly annual crops. And right now we're...
Sorry, so you've had crops here grown
Yeah.
before. Okay.
Yeah, we've grown corn and squash and arugula, broccoli.
I love arugula.
Yeah, me too. Yeah, a couple different things. And
cool.
right now we're trying to transition more into like a syntropic food forest type thing. So if you look around, we've got some native trees growing here. These ones are called wajes. So when they grow big, they produce an edible vine. But we're not gonna, we're like more like a seed pod, I think.
Okay.
We're not going to let these ones grow big. These ones are just growing here to help to create the environments for the other trees that we want to plant here. So they're loosening the hard soil, they're nitrogen fixing trees. So when we cut off the leaves like this, and we chop and drop, and you can see these ones that are dry here on the ground.
Okay, it kind of does like what the leaves do.
Yeah, well, exactly. These are, you know, they're also leaves. They're just more fine, but we're having them here specifically for that purpose, so that they can drop leaves. And one day, this is a guava tree right here.
Oh, okay, cool.
So these are what we call support species. So we're just growing them here to help us to develop this ecosystem. And also, they, like right now during the wet season, we'll chop off the leaves and we'll just let it be just the sticks, and it'll grow back with the rain. And then during the dry season, as you can see around, they'll help us to create shade, to keep the garden cooler and to keep the moisture in here.
Cool.
Protect the little plants that can't, you know, maybe survive so well just out here in the baking hot sun during the dry season.
Wow, okay.
So this is the path, the one that has the bamboo. And over here, this is the garden area that has the leaves on. So what we've done here is we we're preparing a place to grow our plants in. So look, we've got it mulched with leaves. Remember I told you?
Right.
If you've got leaves, you've got life. And so underneath here, this is where the soil is developing, and we're gonna be able to plant in here. We've just been waiting for the rain, and now that it's starting to rain, we're gonna be able to plant in here. But look, our soil right now is moist, and I don't water this often, you know, but the soil's moist in there.
Moist and dark.
There's got compost in there. There's life underneath the soil. So it's just waiting for us to put the seeds or the transplants in, and this place is just gonna be producing a lot of food.
Cool.
Not only for us, because we've got armadillos here, there's birds that eat stuff, there's a shit ton of squirrels. So that's been our challenge, you know, is like we plant stuff, and like if you look over here, this area has been dug up by armadillo looking for worms and grubs and stuff down in the soil. So, you know, we can't be so, what's the word?
Stingy with the food?
So arrogant to think that this belongs to us. You know, I think that's the problem that we have as humans, is just, you know, you're walking in the desert and you see a spring of water and you say, oh, this is my water and I can do whatever I want with it. That doesn't belong to us, you know?
It belongs to Earth.
It belongs to everybody.
Yeah, everybody.
To all our brothers, to all our sisters, all the other animals and the plants. And so that's something that permaculture, which is what we are looking to share about here in Tribu, which is like a culture that can be permanent, or that can survive, you know? We got to think about that. Got to think about the other species that are also living here, and that this also belongs to them. So I guess that's what I wanted to say about that. It's kind of a challenge sometimes to share with other animals the things that we think are ours. But I heard a culture that they plant 7 seeds, you know, thinking about this one's for the birds, this one's for the raccoon,
Okay.
this one's for me, this one's for keeping seeds, you know,
Wow.
like thinking about everybody.
And that's part of permaculture?
That's like
Something
ancient, but you know, permaculture is like an accumulation of different practices and principles that help us to design in a way that can be sustainable. So permaculture doesn't like own these ideas, you know.
Okay.
It's just like trying to help us to put things together so we can have a mentality that helps us to design and plan in a way that takes into account, you know, what other people or other plants or other animals are going to need. Yes, it's about sharing. Okay. People care, earth care, and sharing.
Sharing. Sharing is caring.
And like, check it out over here, this papaya tree, man.
I don't want to step on the garden here.
Look at this big old thing.
Oh wow, look at all the papayas.
Look at this one.
So
I
these...
think this one's ripe and ready. Should we
Really?
Can we cut it down?
Sure. Oh wow, it just pops off just like that.
Look at that.
So these are just 100% pure organic papayas.
Yeah, you know what? Actually, we've had a hard time with our papayas here because there's like this wasp that comes when the papayas are little tiny babies, like even smaller than that,
Okay.
and they poke them.
Like
And
they poke the flesh?
Yeah, they just like insert their babies inside, their little larvae,
Okay.
and then those grow and develop and they eat the papaya, and when you think it's about to be ripe, it's got a big hole in the side. And like you can see some of them here that have suffered that fate, you know?
Man. Oh, just like that.
Yeah, so look,
Oh, I
those
see.
are the larvae
Oh, okay.
that eat the papayas.
Ah.
And you know, for a year or two, we've never had this. This is like
The first one.
one of the first ones.
Okay, cool.
And so a friend of mine who came by, he's like, I know, man, you just got to spray the poison on them because like you're never going to have papayas. You're just going to keep on, the bugs are going to keep on getting
like
them.
what everybody else does.
Yeah, that's just the typical, you know. And I even almost got convinced about it because I said, man, I go down to the market and I buy papayas there, and you know, most people spray poison on them because they want to have something to sell.
Exactly.
And I just thought, and I'm buying those papayas and bringing them home, like maybe I should just spray my papayas with poison. I'm like, I don't want to poison my family. I don't want to poison these plants. So I just decided, you know what, even if I don't get to eat any papayas and we just give them to the chickens, it's going to be good. But look at this, man. This is a papaya. And
Wow.
I think it's ripe. I mean, it could sit for another day or two in newspaper and it'll get more ripe. Actually, I have one that
You
I
have
picked
one?
yesterday,
Okay.
2 days ago. and it should be ripe. We'll eat that together.
Okay, yes.
Have you ever had a fresh
No,
papaya?
I've never had an 100% fresh organic papaya like this.
It's because, guys, this is...
I don't think I've ever even came close to touching a papaya.
Well,
like
this is a papaya tree. And check it out. That's
Wow.
abundance.
So how long does it take for, let's say, a green one to fully mature, like for a papaya to mature?
Like from flower to being a mature papaya,
Yeah, sure.
it's probably like 4 months.
4 months.
Yeah,
Wow, that's a long
it
time.
takes its time.
Wow.
And there's something special about eating something fresh. Like not only the emotional benefit, like I don't know if you guys can see the emotion that I feel inside of me of having like, I think
Fresh
I'm planting this tree here, it just came from the compost, you know, we put compost
oh,
down in the
really?
garden bed and it grew, just like this avocado tree too. This is an avocado tree.
So it just grew from the compost, from
Yeah.
from the
Yeah,
seeds
it's just
in the
like
compost.
this seed right here, you know? This little seed, this is a wahe tree, like these ones I was telling you about.
Okay,
This
like
kind.
that.
That's a wahe tree.
Oh wow.
And if I leave it, it's gonna grow here, you know? So
Wow.
this
So
papaya tree,
there's more here too.
Yeah,
oh look,
there's lots of different-
this just sprouted out too.
yeah, that's another wahe.
Wow.
So yeah, this papaya tree just grew from a seed. And
That's
so
cool.
you can imagine this is probably 2 years old, this papaya tree.
Wow.
And I've been taking care of it for 2 years.
Wow.
And right now I'm about to have one of its babies.
Man,
you know?
hard work pays off.
Yeah, and so it just feels so good, like to be connected to my food, but also the physical benefits of having something that's fresh. So like I just picked this off the tree 5 minutes ago and it was connected to life. It was being injected with the
Life.
vital energy, and I just picked it off right now. So right now, like, I guess it gets to like a standstill, and then it's going to start a decline where it's going to start decomposing. It's going to start turning back into soil because there's no garbage in nature. Everything's just in a cycle.
A cycle of life.
So this is starting to lose value right now.
The time's ticking.
And so you can imagine a papaya that you get in Canada that's been picked for, I don't know, maybe a month,
A month old.
you know,
And they
since
spray
they
it.
pick it, then they bring it there.
They spray it
then
with
they
chemicals.
Spray it to make it ripen.
Sometimes they freeze it too.
Yeah.
They'll
So like
freeze them.
there's in that papaya that you buy in, you know, superstore in Canada, there's probably not much beneficial left in it. Like sure there's maybe some, you know, nutrients in there, but all of the vitamins and the what are they called? Like phytonutrients, like everything that's alive in the plants, I don't think that's still there anymore.
No.
It's right here.
Exactly.
And this is when we got to eat the fruit. We got to eat the fruit that's ripe where we are. Like I was telling you about those other ones. Like
Right.
nature right now wants me to have this papaya.
Exactly.
And that's why it's ripe up there. And so there's something so valuable in eating fresh food that not only is it like emotionally satisfying because I grew it, and this is like, I mean, I didn't grow it, I took care of it, you know, but this is the culmination of like a lot of my work, of my effort, and seeing it and saying, hey, papaya tree, you got this, you're gonna do good, you know, grow those fruits. So now this is like a beautiful gift, and it closes a cycle for me. So I get to share this with you, I get to share this with my
Thank you.
family, and look how many papayas are up there.
Many
you know?
papayas.
And I've got maybe 6 or 7 papaya trees right now growing like that. So-
It's just like sorry, it's just like mangoes. Mangoes don't grow all year round. There's a season for mangoes. Yeah.
And so
season for avocados as well.
hmm
Yeah.
And that's the time when you should be eating them,
Exactly.
is when they're in season.
It's not normal to eat, let's say, mangoes 365
Yeah.
all year round because they don't grow 365.
Yeah, and to do that, you're going to have to be getting them shipped from somewhere where they are in season.
Exactly.
And, you know, that's just such a cost to the
Right.
planet
Mm-hmm.
to be like satisfying every Canadian's desire to have a mango
Or
in
Americans'
the middle
desire, or-
of January.
yeah.
Yeah, exactly, you know. I say Canadian because I'm Canadian, you know, and I resonate with that kind of culture of going to the supermarket and buying food at any time of the year. But this is something special. And so I'm so grateful that
No, I
we
can't
get
wait
to
to
do
try
this
it. I've
today.
never
Yeah.
had. Okay.
So thank you, papaya tree. There's also something beautiful about growing your own food, is like you have a relationship to these beings who are alive and who we're taking care of. So, you know, thank you. Thank
It's
you
a-
for
it's a-
growing this food.
It's a real connection.
It's something real. So what do you want to see right now? I could show you some
You,
more
you
of
said
the
you
garden.
had. You said you had chickens or something.
Yeah.
Ducks?
Yeah. Let's go over this way.
All right.
These are some other fruit trees. They grow zapote negro. The ones over there were zapote blanco. That's here. See them starting to come out.
Oh, that's like chocolate. So that people call it chocolate sapote.
Okay.
It's like
yeah.
chocolate pudding. It looks like
I
chocolate.
don't know
pudding.
if there's any still left from the last season, but like, this is what it looks like. Full of bugs.
Full of bugs. That's okay.
But this is what it. Wow! Look at those guys.
Wow.
They're all
They ate
doing
it
their
all.
thing.
They
you know?
ate it all.
Yep. This
Yeah,
is for
it's-
them.
It's kind of like a chocolate.
It's like a chocolate pudding.
Yeah.
Okay, so hey, you know what? I'm gonna grab the other papaya and I'm gonna bring it to the chickens.
Okay. Cool. This place is so. It's so biologically diverse. There's so many plants here. He's about to show us his chickens and ducks.
Yeah, that's another thing about nature, man. Is nature's just biodiversity.
Yeah.
That's where you find balance and you find stability in an ecosystem. Is where there's a lot of biodiversity.
Everybody works with. It all works together.
Yeah. Look, here's another papaya tree that's growing.
Oh wow.
There's a banana tree. Over there's a pomegranate tree. Lemons.
Pomegranate tree. Where?
Yeah, right here.
I love pomegranate. I didn't think pomegranates grow in Mexico.
Oh yeah, man.
Oh, right here. Wow, I've never seen a pomegranate tree before. Oh, so cool. So
Flowers.
how long would it take for this to bear fruit? Like another few years?
These are the fruits.
Oh, so it'll start
Yeah,
fruiting.
I've already eaten fruits from this tree.
Oh, really? It'll make fruits this
This
small.
one is I think the tree's probably 3 years old right now.
Really?
And yeah, it starts growing fruits ever since.
Cool.
They're
Oh wow,
bitty.
I see the buds here
So
Wow.
these buds, they turn into flowers. The flowers get pollinated,
by bees.
by bees or hummingbirds. There's a lot of different insects that pollinate because they
Oh,
come
really?
here and they get look at that.
So it's not just bees.
No, bees are one of the main ones because they're such hard workers. There's so many of them, but there's tons of insects that are pollinating.
Okay. I didn't know that.
This I'll just show you real quick. There's our Mr. Hanky, the scarecrow. And these are some other garden beds that we're just getting ready to plant. We've got some calendula and a few things like more perennial plants here.
Okay.
But this is just ready. Check it out.
Cool.
Just gonna come in here. I'm gonna dig this back. And we're gonna plant in here. Also mulched. We always got to keep the ground covered. And look at this. We're getting water straight from our spring for free.
Cool.
It's just coming down by gravity. No
Fresh.
energy needed.
Fresh live spring water.
Yeah. So I water here in these trenches, and the trenches they soak into the soil, and the roots of the plants get into that water, and they get fed. Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
Let's go check out those chickens.
All right. Which way do we go? That way or this way?
Yeah, here, follow me.
Wow.
And like with all this nature, man, there's work to be done. You see all these plants that are growing here?
Yeah.
They are growing because we've got, water coming down here that we water this papaya with. But what we do is we also use these species to feed the papaya tree. So like I'll come down here with my machete or just by hand
Okay.
and just start pulling these ones out and putting them on top of the soil to create a cover for this tree. Remember, we're always looking to simulate the forest. So I'm gonna cover up the ground there. Wow, look at this soil, it looks great.
Nice and soft.
Cover the ground here so that this papaya tree can have a lot of
Moisture.
organic material around it, keep the moisture in, have microorganisms here in its root systems interacting with it,
Okay.
and the mushroom, baby. Got to keep those mushrooms going. So yeah, just pull out these plants,
Do you
put it down.
do you eat some of the mushrooms that grow here, or is it just strictly for?
During rainy season, there are some mushrooms that grow. Not so much here, but up in the mountains.
Okay.
Lots of edible mushrooms, man. Malinalco in August, September, October is a beautiful place to be because everyone's got mushrooms for sale.
Okay.
And there's so many different types. There's blue mushrooms, like
Blue
orange
mushroom.
mushrooms, brown. Yeah,
Really?
blue mushrooms.
Is there magic mushrooms?
Yeah, yeah.
Really?
We grow psilocybin mushrooms as well. So look, here we are. Let's walk along the
All right.
path. And maybe before we go over there, I'll just point out this is the temazcal.
Oh yeah.
Right now it's covered by the plastic.
What's temazcal?
Okay, come over here. I'll show you. Here's our dressing rooms.
Okay. Change rooms.
There's a change in there. And temazcal. We cover it with plastic because we don't want it to get wet, because it's
Okay.
basically like a bamboo structure
Oh wow.
that's covered with cloth.
Okay.
And what this is a sweat lodge. So this is an ancient tradition. This type of sweat actually comes from the Lakota tribe.
The Lakota tribe.
But
It's a Mayan tribe.
no, Lakota is from North America.
Okay.
And so these guys, they used to use this type of structure because they were nomads and they travel. Here in
Okay.
Mexico, they're more. Mexico, they're more like permanent structures. But the idea is, over here you heat up volcanic rocks.
Okay.
They call them the grandmother rocks.
Oh, so like these rocks right here.
Yep. Yeah, these are ones that we've used and that have broken, you know,
Wow.
over time of heating up and putting water on.
Okay.
They end up breaking into smaller pieces, so we just
Do
thank
you-
them and leave them.
So you don't reuse the same
Yeah,
rock.
we do, but eventually, you know, they break into smaller pieces, so we bring bigger rocks, like the
Okay.
ones that you'll see inside the temazcal. Those are the ones that we use every week.
Oh, right there.
Yeah, so those big ones eventually end up cracking and breaking up into smaller ones, and we give them this place, you know, like this place of honor, that they're here around the fire, and they have their energy too, you know.
Wow.
They're the grandmother rocks who used to be lava. They used to be liquid, and
Used to be the core of the earth.
and now we bring them back here. We put them in the fire and we heat them up again, red hot,
Okay.
and we bring them inside of this womb of the earth. This is like going back into the womb of the mother.
Ah.
And
wow.
in the dark and in the heat, and all of us in there together, we pour water on the hot rocks and it creates steam,
Okay.
which, if you can imagine, at some point was like the greatest discovery that
Steam.
mankind made for healing and for letting go of toxins, was that they could have a sweat.
Right.
You know?
Right.
They could go into a place and
Right.
they could sweat in the dark. And we sing in there, and we give thanks to the elements for life. We give thanks to each other. We give thanks to life. And it's just a beautiful ceremony.
Cool.
I hope one day you could get on video the songs that we sing and just what goes on inside the temazcal. But we do it every week here, every Sunday. So
Every Sunday. Okay. So make sure when you come here to Tribu, and
that's my phone.
this is, yeah. So make sure when you come here to Malinalco, come here on Sunday. You said, right?
Yeah.
Sunday they do temazcal.
Stay a week.
Stay a week. Stay
That
2
way
weeks.
you'll
Stay 3
definitely get
weeks.
there. You've been here almost 2 weeks?
Yeah, I've been here almost 2 weeks now. But I've been sick for about almost like 9 days. So
Yeah, you're just getting here now.
exactly.
All right, so I'll show you over here. Still carrying this guy for the chickens, man. They're gonna love it. You're gonna see.
Okay, we're gonna see them eat it.
Check out this natural spring water. This is life. Where there's water, there's life.
Yeah, and this
is
water,
life.
this water is electrically charged from the rocks as well. It's fresh.
This water is in
It's
movement.
it's alive.
It's
Yeah, it's in
coming through
movement.
the earth.
Exactly.
It's just the best type of water that there is.
It's not like bottled water, because like when bottled water gets when water gets bottled, it loses its charge.
Yeah.
It loses its life.
Well, it's like that papaya in the grocery store.
Exactly.
Oh, this is the perfect time. You
Whoa.
guys gonna see what happens.
We are in the making.
In the making.
We're showing some people a video. Wait, let me give them this one first, because this is
Let's see.
This is Eric.
Hey,
Hello.
Eric. Nice to meet you.
I am Eric.
Eric's part of Tribu.
Eric's part of the tribe here.
Check it out, guys.
Whoa.
Check it out.
Close this door.
Here we go.
Wait, I
So-
want to give them this one first. 'Cause
Okay.
look at all these bugs in it. I just want to show the camera how they eat all those little bugs that we thought were a plague that didn't give us papayas.
Wow, so chickens eat bugs and scrap food and all that.
Yeah, well, look what Eric's got here. This is a little compost that this is organic waste that we collect from our neighbors.
Okay, this is from neighbors.
Yeah, so they pay
Okay,
us
cool.
to go and collect their organic waste that they don't use in their kitchen.
Oh, really? They pay you to pick it up?
Yeah.
Oh, wow, that's cool.
And then we bring it here and we feed it to the chickens. And so just check it out, how much they
Okay.
love it.
Oh, yeah, they're eating it.
Thanks, brother.
Oh, thank you.
Got some corn here.
Yeah, I thought chickens just mostly just ate corn and mostly corn. I don't know they eat scrap food like this, bugs and.
Yeah, well, like generally in factory settings, they
Right.
just feed them, you
Corn.
know, industrial
Like
feed.
stuff like this.
Yeah.
Wow.
But on your farm or in your backyard chickens, this is a great
This
way
is
to
what they
use your waste that we don't eat.
Mhm.
Look at them. What more needs to be said? They love it.
All right.
And check out these ducks, man. The ducks are insectivores too, so they love eating bugs. You give them anything. They'll eat cockroaches, they'll eat
Okay.
worms,
I didn't know that.
they'll also eat corn.
Now look at them go. Man, they're really hungry. Look at them go, wow. Now, is corn something they can digest very easily?
As far as I know, ducks are mainly insectivores.
Okay.
So they're meant to be eating insects, and they eat some grass and a few leaves of plants. But as far as I know, it's not like their ideal thing is to be eating grains.
But they do eat it.
But they do eat it, and you know, it's what we have available locally. Like, I can buy this corn for 10 pesos a kilo.
Oh wow,
So,
that's
you
cheap.
know.
That's cool. Look
It's
at them
good.
go.
It helps them, you know, to make it through the day, but they're also they're walking around, they're looking for bugs, they're looking for leaves. And these ducks are free here, you know. They can fly up on the roof, they can go in the forest, they can go wherever they want. The chickens, I do have them locked up because they make a mess in the garden. So right now they're locked up in this little chicken coop, but
Okay.
this is the next part that we're developing, which is the compost chicken tunnel. So
Okay.
this is where we're going to be bringing all of our compost, all the trimmings that we do off of plants and trees. We'll bring it in here. Those compost buckets that you see from our neighbors, we'll be dumping it in here. Leaves, stuff
Cool.
that we can collect, you know, for compost. We'll be putting it here in this tunnel, and it goes through different stages. I'll show you right here. This is one of the stages that it goes through. This compost has been here for 3 weeks
Okay.
since we've started, and just check it out.
Oh wow. So it
Mushroom.
That's a mushroom? Is it a magic mushroom?
No, these white hairs. These are a type of fungus
Okay.
mushroom that helps
That
to
help
decompose.
break down the.
So right now this is a hot compost. If you feel it, check it out with your hand. This is just from the top, but if you put your hand
it
down
is
in the
hot.
middle, it'll burn your hand.
It'll burn my hand.
Check it out. I mean, you won't have a 3rd-degree burn, but you will not be able to keep your hand in there for more than 10
Seriously?
seconds. Yeah. Come on, get in there.
Oh my god, it's so hot. Oh my god, that's so hot. How does it get hot like that?
That's bacteria.
Really?
Bacteria, just reproducing, breaking things down. It's life. Life
Whoa.
is heat. Life
Wow,
is
that
fire.
it literally feels like this been heated. It feels like has been heated up by fire.
Yeah, like honestly, this can get up to 70 degrees.
Really?
Yeah, like that
Wow.
would burn you.
That's very interesting. I didn't I didn't think that.
I've even been somewhere where I took my permaculture course. They made a compost like this, like 2 times this size,
Okay.
and they put a black hose rolled up, like
Okay.
100 feet
Oh,
of
to heat-
hose
to
in
heat
the
their
middle,
water.
and they put the compost on top, and for 2 or 3 weeks,
Okay.
you have just like hot water
Hot-
coming out of that hose.
Whoa.
So one side of the hose, there's a tap with cold water,
Right.
goes
in
through the coil,
coils.
and it comes out hot.
Wow. That's very smart.
Yeah, There's some
Wow.
downsides to using that, but you know, it's
That's cool.
technology that you can do if you
Wow.
don't have something else.
That's cool, man.
And we got
Wow,
a
I'm
little
so-
baby duck. Oh yeah, what do you want
I'm
to say?
so amazed of how hot it is.
Yeah, well that's the process of composting.
Hmm.
That's what breaks it down quickly, you know, because if all this stuff was just spread out like those leaves under that tree,
Right.
that'll take, you know, 4 or 5 months to break
Okay.
down with water in the rainy season.
Whereas this would take maybe what, a
This in
week?
5 weeks.
5 weeks.
5 weeks we turn it from, you know,
From solid to soil.
yeah, like you can still see here there's a lot of the original carbonaceous materials,
Okay.
which is like the leaves, the sticks, there's some wood shavings that we put in the chicken coop.
Okay.
But in 5 weeks, most of this is turned into soil. Actually, I can show you over here
All right.
what we just harvested last week. Hey duckies, you almost done?
Wow, they ate all that corn in like 2 minutes.
Look at the chickens. Take a little shot of them. They're just in there going at it.
Wow, wow.
And in the compost pile, the chickens, they have a wonderful thing that they like to do, which is scratch. So they scratch in there, they mix everything up, they aerate the compost, and they eat bugs out of it. So they get a lot of their nutritional needs from just being in the compost and checking it out. Oh look, here's the zapote negro.
Oh wow.
This one fell from this tree up here, and this one is more ripe.
Yeah, it's like black pudding.
Yeah.
Cool.
It's good stuff. It's delicious. So check it out, folks. This is a compost that has only been in process for 5 weeks. Turning it from, you know, that material in there that right now it smells kind of raunchy, kind of like garbage.
To soil.
Yep.
Wow.
And this has chicken manure, rabbit manure, leaves,
Old food compost.
yeah, food compost,
Wow.
chicken manure, and it's even got wood shavings, you know, like some of the industrial waste that comes out of a wood shop,
Okay.
carpentry shop, or a lumber mill. You can reuse that stuff to turn it into gold. This is gold.
Soil gold. Gold soil.
I like calling it gold because some people say, why is that gold? Well, if you had a whole bunch of gold and you were hungry, what would you buy? Food.
Food.
And this is what grows food. This grows good food. There's another difference about growing your own stuff at home and buying something just from the grocery store.
Right.
There's a lot of that stuff that's grown in, you know, monocultures or industrial agriculture. They just use chemical fertilizer to grow stuff. So putting chemicals in the soil or in water to grow food, well, that food only has what it's been fed. You know, so
'cause
it's
this-
just
this-
very limited in what nutrients it has. But this, it's
The
got
soil,
everything,
the
man.
soil's rich and full of nutrients.
Yeah,
and-
this has got everything. So when you eat a carrot that was grown in this compared to a carrot that was grown in a monoculture, you know,
or
chemical
mass
farm,
produced.
you're getting a different carrot.
Right.
And this is what I want to feed my kids. This is what I want to feed my community. This is what
I
wanna
would
have.
want to eat too.
Well, this is
That
what
actually
you're gonna have.
food that feeds your body, feeds your cells.
This is what you're gonna have in that papaya. Yes. Look, I can taste the compost in the papaya. This is a maracuya vine.
Oh, this is a passion. Oh, I see one right here.
Yeah.
Wow.
Look over here.
This
there's
is
one
a
that's
passion
almost
fruit
ripe.
here. Where? Oh, cool.
Look at these.
I don't know this was a maracuya.
Yeah. Maracuya.
Oh wow.
And look, they're just hanging in here.
I thought passion fruits grew on trees. I didn't know they grew on vines
Nope,
like
they're
this.
vines, yeah.
Wow.
Look, it's extending over here. It's just about to go crazy. This thing is going to climb up all the trees.
Cool.
We're going to
Cool.
keep trellising it out to create like a nice canopy of passion fruit.
Wow.
Look at these papayas over here. More papaya trees. Look, this is
Is
like
that
one
one,
of those ones that's been eaten by the bug.
Ah.
Yeah, you just see it and it's just rot.
So this is something you would feed the chickens.
Yeah, I'll just give this to chickens or to the ducks. If I leave it right here,
The ducks will come.
ducks will come get it in just a couple minutes.
Okay, cool.
So this is our worm composting area. Things going on.
Oh wow! Look at all the worms. So these are essentially earthworms.
These are actually, they're called red wigglers.
Okay.
They're a special type of worm that's more like domesticated, that likes to stay in one spot. Earthworms, generally, they like to travel distances. So
Okay.
they actually go crazy inside of a
Oh really?
captivity situation like this. But these ones, on the other hand, these guys love being in here because we give them a lot of fresh food.
Okay.
So, yeah, right now
So
you
basically,
can see
you feed these worms, and then these worms make very rich topsoil.
exactly. Look at this.
Wow.
If you thought that other compost was gold,
No,
this is the stuff.
This even looks more rich. It looks like coffee grains.
This is humus, which is basically what has all of the life in the soil, is
Okay.
this layer
right
of the
here.
soil. Where if you're looking in the ground, it's like the top couple of centimeters
Okay.
on a very nice ground, because normally there's no humus because that stuff's just depleted. It takes a lot of time for the soil and nature to naturally
Reproduce this.
drop the leaves and keep it there and reproduce this.
Okay.
I think, I don't know what it is.
So
I
this
think-
is essential for growing food.
Yeah, I mean, this will empower your garden big time. And so I use this here in our garden. I also soak it in water to make like a tea that I can spray on the plants or on the leaves. And I also sell this.
Oh,
I
really?
sell compost and I sell worm compost.
And people buy it.
Yep.
Very interesting. Yeah, it looks super rich.
That's the thing to do, man, is to have,
And this is all part of permaculture.
yeah, I mean, it's about reusing wastes. You know, so all of those things that... Hola, Yaret. Bienvenida. Oh man, I guess something I got to tell you guys about is these buckets. So this business that I'm running here is called Yo Soy Permacultura.
Okay.
Means that I am permaculture.
Right.
And basically what I'm offering here in the community is dry toilets, so ecological composting toilets, where you don't have to use water to take away your waste. So we preserve water, keep it free of the pretty much the worst thing that we have to put in it from our bodies is our poop, you know. And so we're contaminating water by using water toilets. It's just the sad truth of it. And there's
That
only
is
so
true.
much fresh water on the planet. And after you take a dump in it, it's pretty hard to drink it again. You know?
That's true.
So
Yes.
I'd rather use water for what it's essential for, which is for drinking, for washing myself, for watering plants, for cleaning my house, for washing my dishes, and use my feces, my waste, and my urine to create soil. And that's what I can show you right now is what we're doing here. So basically we have these buckets, and these buckets are filled with a dry mix.
Okay.
And this is the dry mix that we use instead of water to flush our toilet. We just cover it with...
to cover your.
Yeah, we cover
it's
it
like
with this dry
sawdust.
mix. So it's like sawdust, compost, and soil. Basically, that's all that's in there. And so this, for example, that tower that you see there,
Oh, it's
that's
basically like
a
an
dry
outhouse.
toilet.
Like an outhouse.
Yeah, it's like an outhouse, but the difference between this and an outhouse, which most people are scared of dry toilets because they've been to an outhouse, which is just a chamber where you just take a shit in there and you throw your tissue in there
And that's it.
and that's it. And so when you walk in there, what does it smell like?
Smells like shit.
It smells like shit, man.
Sorry, it smells like poo.
It smells like a lot of poo. And so it's not an enjoyable experience to walk into
No.
that bathroom
You
because,
walk in there like.
yeah. But the idea with this dry mix is when you take a poo, you cover it with dry mix and that stops the smell. And also this bathroom, we separate the urine. So I have a jug full of urine that I can use for my compost. I can
Okay.
water it down, water my crops with it.
How do you separate the urine? Or you just urinate
Yeah,
in?
I'll show you.
Or you just urinate in a different bucket?
Well, there's both of those options. So
Okay.
here there's, I'll show you, come on in.
Let's go. Let's check it out.
So here's our dry toilet. It's one of the first ones that I built.
Okay.
And here's the dry mix. Here's the toilet.
So you do your business here.
Yeah. So if you'll look, well, right now somebody messed up a little bit and they put the dry mix here in the urine capturing, which is a big no-no. But if you put your camera down a little more, you can see down there,
Okay.
there's a bin, or what do you call it? A barrel.
A barrel.
Yeah. There's a big barrel there, and that has the dry mix in it, and that's where your poo goes. And your urine, you can urinate in here, or when you sit down, it naturally diverts into that funnel.
Okay.
And I'll show you down on the outside. Basically, this is what it is that there's your barrel.
Okay.
200 liters can fill up
So
that
all the
for
waste
quite a while.
and the coverings go in here.
Yeah. So that's all the dry stuff, and the urine comes down through these hoses and fills
Okay,
up
cool.
this bin. So right now we don't have much because we used it for the compost process.
Ah, okay. So you pour the urine on top of the compost.
Yeah, especially when we have like a lot of dry garden waste. Like sometimes I collect it from the community.
Okay.
Someone's got a bunch of leaves and branches and stuff, so I'll put it in a pile, and I don't necessarily have enough, food waste to compost all that with. So
Okay.
I just use the urine and
Wow.
water. And,
So cool.
And yeah, that helps to break it down quicker.
All right. Oh, look, you have a hot pepper plant here.
Yeah,
Cool.
yeah. This is
I love hot peppers.
chile de árbol.
Oh, this is chili de árbol.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. Okay.
They're just really small. I think it's because it's growing in a bucket. So, it's like a bonsai.
Like a bonsai hot pepper plant.
We don't really need to go in there, but I'll just show you through here. This is our little plant nursery where we're starting off plants and keeping
Okay.
them safe in here from the squirrels.
Cool.
And then once they grow big enough, we can either sell some of them or put them down
Transfer
in our garden.
I guess that's a papaya plant right
Yeah.
there. Cool.
Yeah, there's papaya
Oh, you have the
plants,
tomato plants here.
and there's also passion fruit growing in there.
Oh, really?
Yeah, you want to see it as a baby?
Sure. Let's
Sure.
check it out.
Show you the baby passion fruit.
So this is maracuya, passion fruit.
This is
Wow.
maracuya. These have
Cool.
also just grown naturally from seeds grown in compost. This is one
Okay.
that's growing here too. That's a little
Cool.
baby maracuya.
Wow.
So since we have so many of them, they just kind of come up everywhere, Same
Okay.
with papayas.
So you're gonna take those and plant those in the ground after.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah,
Cool.
and sometimes I just don't know where to plant them, Got like all these papaya plants, all these
Too much plants.
maracuya plants. And
Wow.
but that's why we're developing more spaces, Like I was
Okay.
showing you over there, the
Right.
agroforestry. Because then we can plant a lot of stuff dense in there and have it all growing side by side, working together.
Cool. Wow, check this place out, man. Look at how tall these trees are. Wow, check out this tree here. It's so huge. It goes all the way up there. Whoa. Man, this is like a magical enchanted forest here in Malinalco. Wow, check this place out, man. This is like something from the movies. Well, here there's another oh, I forgot the name of this fruit. What's this fruit called? That's not guayaba. I forgot the name of this fruit. Guayaba pomarosa. Yeah, wow. I was just telling him that this place looks like something out of the movies, like a magical wonderland.
Yeah, man, it really is.
And with the vines here. Wow.
You can climb up these vines. Like a wild animal. So check it out, guys. This is one of the sites where we're composting our human waste.
Okay.
Literally the waste that comes out of our bodies that we don't need anymore. We're turning it back into soil.
Okay.
So this is the one that we're
Which one?
currently adding stuff into right now.
Okay.
And this is the one that has been sealed up for about, I would say it's been 5 months now,
5 months.
4 or 5 months since we stopped adding new material into here.
Okay.
So I also receive material from my neighbors and a few other people who I source dry material to. I've sold them their dry toilets, and so they bring me their material here. Some people compost it at their own home,
Okay.
and other people who don't have a place for that,
Bring it
or
here.
they're scared of poop, they just bring me their buckets here,
Okay.
and I work it out for them.
So this
Yeah.
you would use this for topsoil or for soil?
Yeah, well, generally, it depends what you want to use it for, what process you have to give it. But if I just want to put this, like, say, around my fruit trees,
Okay.
I can just use it as it is.
Okay.
But if I want to use this on my vegetable garden, you got to let it sit for at least a year.
a year.
You let
Wow.
it sit for a year, and then you can also do another hot composting process, like that compost I showed you.
Okay.
Imagine you mix this with some more fresh leaves, with some manure from other animals, and you
Okay.
heat this whole pile up
Okay.
hot like that again. Because at that heat,
It breaks
it
it
kills like 99% of the pathogens that can be in there.
Okay.
And also, well, not only the heat, but the heat and the aeration process. So what you do is you do a hot compost like that you flip every day for 7 days. So it has a chance for all the material inside to get hot and for all the material to get oxygenated. So any anaerobic bacteria, they die off.
Okay.
So
this is pretty much used to throw on top of the ground.
Yeah, and also what I do with this stuff is I use it to mix up to make more dry mix for the dry toilets. The compost that I put in there is
from this
compost from here.
Oh, wow.
So it already has the biology inside of it that knows how to work down all the dry mix and the human manure. Like it's got the memory in here. It's in its DNA, you know?
Wow, okay.
So check it out. This is safe to touch. And look at this. I'll just dig down in here to show you guys what it's like.
Yeah, it just looks like soil.
Well, you can smell it. Just smell that.
It smells like soil.
It smells like mushrooms, hey?
Yeah, it does. Yeah, it smells like soil and mushrooms.
Right?
Yeah.
This is the forest floor.
Oh, okay.
This is what happens in the forest. All that woody material that I put in there, the wood shavings, the leaves, the sticks, everything, it just starts turning back into soil. And there's tons of microorganisms in here that we can't even see, but there's also little bugs in here and stuff. Maybe there's some earthworms down at the bottom who are doing their thing, and they're turning this back into soil.
Wow.
The bacteria, the fungus.
Wow.
So
cool.
This is already ready. If I wanted to plant a new tree, I could give it a mulch around the top of the tree. I could put 6 inches of this on top, and that tree would just be set for a good while to keep on eating from all of this. Like, what we need to think about when we're planting trees or planting plants is think about the life of the soil. It's not just about what the plant needs. Oh, nitrogen, you know, for the plant to grow. We need to think about giving the soil food so that the life in the soil can proliferate and can be healthy, and whatever plant you put in there is going to grow. That's the way I like to think about it. So yeah, this is the end process of those dry toilets. So think about this option. What would you rather? Contaminate 8,000 gallons of water every year per person just to be able to take a shit in a water toilet? Or would you like to have a dry toilet where you can turn your waste into fertile soil that you can later grow food in?
I would do this.
It's the way to do it, man. And this is not only my waste, this is my whole family. I've got 3 kids. This is also people who come to the hostel. They use the dry toilets.
Right.
So we're not only turning our, waste into fertile soil, but we're able to collect waste from other people and turn it into fertile soil. So this is a business. This is one of my business projects that I do here in Yo Soy Permacultura, is I sell dry toilets. I do the recollection process of your organic waste from your kitchen. Meanwhile, I get the organic waste from your toilet.
Okay.
And start turning it into soil here and start creating these ecosystems that can resist drought and that can create, food for people.
A rich environment.
This is a big problem, the food scarcity and losing topsoil, and just the amount of inputs that we have to do in chemical agriculture is nuts, man.
Because the soil is just super depleted.
And every day it needs more pesticides, more fertilizers.
Because it's not being regenerated in the natural way.
Basically, the soil in a lot of those systems only serves to keep the plant standing up. And they use the fertilizer to grow the plant.
Wow.
But the soil is just like dead. It's like sterile.
It's just pure chemicals.
So this is the future. This is the future.
What would you say when you'd have guests come here? Would they, like, just the average guest, would they use the water toilet or the dry toilet?
I think it's probably half-half.
Half-half?
Yeah.
Okay.
Like a lot of the guests that we have here, they're people who are coming from, the big city, and they're used to using the water toilet, and so for them it's like, no, I'll just use this one. It feels kind of like dangerous to just shit in a bucket, and be like, I don't know what's going to happen in there, because we're used to this idea of I poo in the water and it goes away. Yeah, and I never see it, never think about it, never smell it. It's gone.
Exactly.
But it's not gone. It's gone somewhere.
It goes somewhere.
And that somewhere where it's gone is a problem. You created a problem by shitting in the water. Right. Here you're creating soil.
Life.
You're creating a solution.
Right.
To one of the biggest problems that we have.
Yeah. So it gets flushed away and it creates a problem.
Yeah, and it's a problem you don't know about maybe. So it's comfortable. You know, ignorance is bliss. But this creates a solution. This gives us the ability to take into our own hands those processes and to deal with our own shit.
Yeah, take your shit into your own hands.
You know, and
Deal with your own shit.
Maybe it's not so comfortable to have your shit in your hand when it's a stinking pile of shit. But if you give it to the earth, she will transform it into something that's gold.
Into soil,
into
like
something
this.
useful
Yeah.
to grow more life.
Yeah, because this literally smells like soil. It smells like dirt.
It is. And you know what? It's kind of like life. You know, the shit that we go through in life, it's kind of like that stinking pile of shit. It doesn't feel good to have it in your hand in the moment.
No.
But you give it to life and you live through it and you learn through it and you share it with other people. And then you end up having something golden after that, you know, an experience, a learning. And that's what we're here for, man. This is an evolutionary process. So like, if we're just always running away from our problems and just like trying to get rid of them, like, you know, take the pills
get rid of the shit.
or just, you know, take some substance or just evade our problems, then we're never going to get the gold from it. And that's what it's there for. It's there to teach us something.
Wow.
So the same thing with our shit that we have in our body, like it's here to give back to the earth. Like all the other animals, they eat things and they got to give back. You got to refertilize, you know, you got to give that back to the mother.
They defecate on the ground, not in toilets.
Yeah, or in the water.
On
There's
the
few animals that poop in the water.
Oh yeah, ducks.
Ducks and fish. They don't have much of an option.
Fish, yeah.
But also, when we take a shit in the water, we're pooping in the fish's home. Pooping our water in the fish's home. And
It's not natural.
if it was just one human, you know, living by a lake, taking a dump in the water, probably wouldn't be a big problem. But when you have the shit from a whole city,
like
or
20,
from
like
100
Mexico
cities,
City, for example,
Yeah.
like almost
20 million people,
25 million people.
all of that
That's a lot of poo.
going into a river, you f that ecosystem
Yeah, that's a lot. Imagine 22 million people taking a crap every day. That's
into
a-
your river
That's a
by
lot.
your house.
That's a lot of crap.
And there's some people who live that, you know? They live by that river and it stinks. I've been there.
Yeah, I can imagine. Okay, let's go. Yes, it's time for the magical papaya. So here we have the magical papaya.
So here we have, this is one that I picked.
Oh, look how big it is.
This is one that I picked just 2 days ago
Okay.
from that same tree. And,
Oh, from the same tree.
Yeah.
Okay.
So if you want to ripen a papaya, a good method is to wrap it in newspaper or some kind of paper
Okay.
and keep it somewhere dark and warm, and it ripens real quick.
Okay, cool.
So, but it was like this. It was the same color, but I just felt like, you know, it would get a little more sweetness if I let it ripen a little bit off the vine. So
Wow. Oh my god. Let's see how it smells. I can't really smell that good because my nose is still kind of clogged, but wow, just look at the color of that.
look at that. You see this little sap
Look at all
coming out there?
the sugar coming out of it.
Well, that's like the sap, and it's still alive, man. Still got the life in it.
Ah, yeah, look, you can see it coming out of here.
Okay, here's the real test. See what happens when we cut it open.
Okay, let's go.
Is it cake or is it cash?
It cuts like cake. Oh, wow.
Wow, look at that.
Cheers.
Cheers.
Let's try it out.
Eric!
Oh my god.
Wow. That's it, huh? Oscar, ¿quieres papaya
That's it.
fresca?
Eric's coming to try one.
Wow, yeah.
Try it out. How does it taste?
Mancha como a vida, así como dulce. Ah, in English, like sweet.
Oh, you can speak in Spanish.
Ah, yeah. Asparito. Caray. No manches.
Está bien
De huevos,
rico.
güey.
Otro pedazo,
Very
agárrame.
cool.
It's very good.
No manches.
No,
Sin químicos.
pure organic.
No tiene veneno.
Sí, exacto. O sea, de esta tierra,
De esta
trabajo.
tierra.
O sea,
Sí.
es lo genial. Así que dices, lo estamos haciendo. O sea,
Ujú.
súper importante.
Estamos conectados a esta papaya.
Right.
No solo una papaya que compramos en la calle con dinero, sino esta papaya es parte nuestra, es parte de nuestra vida. Mis hijos vieron crecer esta papaya, ¿no?
See, it's good.
This makes it all worth it.
Oh yeah.
You know, my brother, he says, I don't want to grow carrots. You know, buy carrots for $1 a pound. I'll just go to the store and buy carrots. And why would you waste so many hours growing carrots? And I just told them, oh, it's 'cause you can't buy
You
these
don't get it.
carrots in the store.
No,
They don't sell these.
There's a really big difference in taste, massive difference.
Like I was saying, all of the, well, you know maybe more about that, like I don't know if they're called like fito, ¿cómo se llama la planta? Fitonutrientes, cosas que están vivos en las plantas, que después de estar cortado, pues ya se empieza a perder y perder esa vitalidad que tiene.
Ah, sí, sí. Pues casi no sé mucho de eso, más de los germinados que sí siguen vivos los germinados y los sigues viendo crecer y te los comes inmediato, ¿no?
Las enzimas que tienen.
Sí, no sé mucho de eso.
Wow, well, dig in, man. There's abundance to share.
We'll have one more.
Va.
Llévatelo, mira.
Venga, venga.
Pues salud.
Ay.
Qué rico. Algo que tú quieras
Sí,
decir de tu experiencia viviendo aquí en naturaleza, tribu.
Así, o sea, es una experiencia inmensa y ha sido de lo mejor. Uno, o sea, la paz que se respira aquí, como tranquilidad. O sea, aparte porque es Malinalco. La comunidad, pues estar contigo, que te considero mi hermano, Memo, todas las personas que han pasado aquí. Y, o sea, trabajar para una empresa también es una comunidad. Y se hace en familia, obviamente, ¿no? Pero a veces se siente un poco de que es el trabajo de alguien más si la empresa es de, no sé, acero. Entonces, es su empresa, es su idea. Y pues yo trabajo y me da dinero, ¿no? Y aquí no se siente tanto, se siente que estoy trabajando como para nosotros, no para ellos, ¿no? Es como un poco diferente y sí es como más familiar. Es muy bello, o sea, trabajar así como en comunidad, sí, la verdad, es lo máximo.
Yeah, it's basically building a future for the tribe, for yourselves.
For humanity and for not just for humanity, like for the planet. Like I was saying, you know, we're children of the Mother Earth, but we also have all these other children around us, you know, the plants, the animals, the insects. Everything is part of this ecosystem, and every part of this, I love you, man.
Love you.
Dios.
And every part of this works together, and it has some kind of a synergy to make this planet somewhere where it can sustain life. You know, this isn't just about me and my family. It's not just about this community of tribu.
It's about the whole.
Yeah, it's about just like being a part of something. Being a part, not a part.
A part. In
Yeah.
part.
Being part of this and being responsible for my part. And man, like we humans with our intellect, with our creativity, with the tools that we've designed, with just the consciousness that we have, like we have the power to damage so much or to create and heal so much.
Exactly.
You know, people say humans are the worst parasite on the planet.
No,
I'm like,
that's
I
it. That's
agree
if,
that it's happened.
right.
You know,
That's
that,
if you are a parasite to the planet.
yeah, like I think society and the consumerist society generally leads us to destroy ecosystems,
Right.
to overuse resources, and to create a lot of waste and garbage and harm other life forms.
Exactly.
I agree that that's happened, but it's not we're not limited to that.
No.
You know? Also look at things that humans have done of like reforesting deserts, bringing back life to places where life hasn't been able to be because of the dryness or because of lack of fertility. A lot of those things caused by humans. But that's just the point. The point is we can be a part of this natural cycle that creates an abundant world, not only for us, but for every life form on the planet. And there's a balance to be had there. You know, it's like these squirrels. I'm not trying to kill these squirrels because they're eating my papayas. Although sometimes I like to. You know, but it's a natural balance that has to happen too, and we're here to learn, and my children are learning, and so this is a very, very valuable experience for me as a human on the planet, where I'm learning from I'm learning from nature. When you're in the city, you're learning about You know, what are the laws of that country or of that town? What are the bylaws? You know, how people interact. Are you supposed to cross the street right now? You're supposed to wait for the little red man, you know? Like, there's all of these
false
these-
laws.
I wouldn't say false laws, but they're these rules for living in but just like basically something that's man-made, you know?
Right.
It's like a kind of like in a laboratory.
Mm-hmm.
And this is the real experience that we humans, our DNA is created for. Like, what we came here for is to interact with nature.
Is to connect with nature, to be a part of nature.
And that's why we built cities and we built companies and we build railroads and internet and all of that, because we want to make our human experience more enjoyable, more comfortable, you know, protect us from the elements. I understand that. But I think that when we just, again, when we're so nearsighted to that, we lose the big picture, which is that this is where we're meant to be.
Exactly.
This is where we can connect, where we can heal. This is where we can balance our energy. Not in a freaking skyscraper with
Or
like
50
everybody's Wi-Fi modems going through you, and you
Right.
don't want your neighbors to make noise, and you see people on the street, don't even say hi to them because you're just so like bombarded by people.
You're like in your own little space, and
Yeah, like I think that we as humans were meant to live on the land, close to where our food grows, interacting with other life forms in a harmonious way.
Exactly.
And this is our school. This is where we learn that. In the cities, it's really hard. I've done it. You've done it.
I've
Sure,
done it.
you're probably doing
Maybe
it.
one of you have done it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And so, like, maybe not everyone can just go out and live in a place like this, but I definitely encourage you to do it. Go on
Or
vacations
just
to
start,
some
to
place
start
like that.
somewhere. Yeah.
You know, instead of just like going to the beach in Cancun,
Come here.
come here to Malinalco. You
Come
know?
here to Malinalco. It's just south of Mexico City.
Yeah,
It's about
2
what, like-
hours south of Mexico City.
Yeah. It's like, I think it's like 80 kilometers away. It's not that far. It's just long because the bus has to go through mountains and the road's slow. But kilometer wise, it's not that far.
It's a beautiful place. It's hidden here in the mountains. We're covered by mountains all around us right now. You can't see because we're covered by trees. But around there's just beautiful mountains covering Malinalco. It's a pueblo mágico, a magical town that preserves natural essence of Mexico, which is what the whole program of the pueblo mágico is for. So there's lots of pueblos mágicos in Mexico.
Oh, really? So it's
Yeah.
not, this place is not just called, this is not the only place that's called
No.
Pueblo. Oh, okay.
Yeah, there's lots of places in Mexico. If you look up online, you'll
Okay.
find lots of, and that's
know
what
that.
they do is like they preserve a certain essence. They can't have like a Walmart there.
Oh,
and,
really?
Like, all the signs on the street, they're not allowed to have like neon signs and stuff. It's got to keep it like
So it's basically,
kind of like old style, you know?
I kind of felt that when I came here too. When I first got off the bus, I'm like, okay, this is real Mexico here.
Yeah.
I felt like this is Mexican.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well,
I
that's
felt it. I felt it walking in the street, looking at the clay bricks on the homes, the
the adobe
cobblestone.
bricks.
Yeah.
Yeah, cobblestone streets.
Yeah. I'm like, this is Mexico. This is the real Mexico.
Yeah, and people here, man, like the local people from the community, they're so kind, they're so welcoming to tourists or to, you know, just anybody. They just want to share. They're open, they're kind, respectful. You know, there's every place has their ups and downs, but Malinalco is definitely a beautiful place that convinced me to stop my journey with my family in our motorhome. We were traveling around through Canada, the States,
really?
and Mexico for 3 years, traveling in our motorhome. When we found Malinalco, we just
You just stayed here.
dropped the anchor and we parked, and
Cool.
this is where we've been.
That's cool.
So
Right
yeah,
here.
I definitely would like to invite whoever you are, if you want to come check out what we're doing here, check out Malinalco, check out Mexico. It's a beautiful place with a lot of culture, and what we're also doing here as a community, you know, and making these bonds together and trying to create a culture where I help you, you help me. We see ourselves more like as a unit rather than as, you know, competitors of each other, which is another huge thing about the city, you know, like
That's a
me
big thing.
against you and the dog eat
Dog
dog world
rat
and the
race.
rat race and just all of those concepts that we're so used to living with. Out here we don't have to do that. And so yeah, I definitely would love to invite you guys. You can put the links for
Yeah, I'll put
our
the
social media.
I'll put the link down in the description, all the info about this place, so that you can come here.
Please, and we'd love to welcome you. I love giving hugs, so probably welcome you with a hug and just say welcome, feel at home, and and love to build something together, you know? Every person who comes through here, especially you, is leaving something here, is building something. You're helping us, you know, build the chicken coop.
Yeah, I'm helping them build the chicken coop right now.
Your first chicken coop ever?
Yeah, my first chicken coop.
So yeah, it's beautiful to co-create with people who come through here, and not only physical things, but also the conversations that we have, ping pong game that we're going to play, you know, just like everything, it builds something beautiful and it connects us as brothers. So
yeah, so come here if you want to relax, connect to nature, have an experience here in Malinalco. Come here to Tribu. He'll take care of you.
Love you, man.
Love you, man. Take care.
You.
Hope you guys come here. Adios.
Bye.
Bye bye.
Cosmos! Lika's making a video.
Hi.
I made a video.
Daddy,
Can you want to say hi to the video?
we have a dulce.
He doesn't care.
Daddy, we bought a dulce.
But yeah, his kids are so cool. They know how to cut oranges. They know how to use knives, and they're only like 3 and 5 years old. Hi, Callian.
This is my baby, Amaya.
Maya.
She was born here in our little cabin, born here at home.
Wow.
With no medical intervention.
Oh, she was born like no, you didn't have to go to the
Just
hospital.
Nicole and I.
Wow.
And Callian too.
Cool. Callian too.
Carlos was born with a midwife.
Okay.
But you see that brave, beautiful woman there? She birthed these children.
Oh, and so you
At
did
home.
everything by
by
yourself.
herself.
Wow.
I mean,
Natural.
with me, I was there too.
Cool. Cool.
Well, I don't know what they've told you on this video, but I can just tell you that you're welcome here. Whoever you are, wherever you're coming from, you're welcome here.
There's space for you.